This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and we're here at NAMM 2012 after party at the Hilton in beautiful Anaheim, California. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, guitarist Earl Slick, and you are famous for playing with David Bowie for years, which is a testament to your greatness.
Wow, that was pretty cool. See, if I said that, it would look bad, but you said it. That's cool.
Yeah, well, it's the truth. What were you doing here today at the NAMM?
Everything. I endorse 4 companies. Okay. Might as well plug all of them, right?
Absolutely.
Framus, who I have a signature guitar with. There's an Earl Slick model out. That's way cool. Diodario strings. Tone Pros hardware. And if I forget the last one, somebody's going to kill me. Orange amps. All old companies.
Yeah, Orange is like classic. Jimmy Page played through those.
Totally cool, classic, retro, kick-ass amps. This is YouTube, so you won't be bleeping out me too much? Okay, good. And Framus comes from the 1940s originally, and I think Diodario goes back hundreds of years making violin strings. And Tone Pros is the newest of the companies. They make my hardware. Who
have you been playing with, and what new projects are you working on?
I spent last year with the New York Dolls, opening for Motley Crue. We did our own tour in Europe, and then we did a bunch of dates with the crew in the States, and then we went over to Australia, and blah 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 on our own. As of Monday, Phantom Rocker and Slick is rehearsing. And if we still like each other, the album's actually being re-released in February in England. So, based on Monday's rehearsal, if we push the button, we're actually going to go out and tour for the first time in 30 years with re-releasing the original album.
That's sweet. What label is going to be re-releasing that?
I don't know. I forgot the English label, but we're looking to get it, worldwide right now. I should know what label my own record's coming out on, shouldn't I?
Earl, it almost doesn't matter anymore because of the internet.
I don't think it's been downloadable up to now, so it'll be downloadable. But I want to see a disc, and I still want it to make more vinyl.
Well, vinyl's back now, being a big way.
Definitely back, and we want to make CDs, and so that's probably going to happen. And it may go out with David Johansen and myself and do a few gigs, but the PRS thing is what we're gonna really concentrate on. The Phantom Rocker and Slick thing, I think, this year.
How did you get the call to be in the New York Dolls?
A friend of mine, a DJ named Keith Roth, was very good friends with David Johansen, and Steve Conti and Sammy Yaffa went over to play with Michael Monroe because there weren't any gigs booked, and all of a sudden they booked this tour and they weren't available, so I was there.
And then what was that experience like for you?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. Just, loved working with Johansen. We come from the same neighborhood, and we've kind of known each other, but not until this tour. And we both started at the same time in the same neighborhood and really didn't know each other. So getting to know him as a guy and a performer was great. A lot of magic. Can you see yourself recording a New York Dolls album? I don't know if there's any plans yet. I haven't heard a word, but it's early in the year. So then what was it, opening for Motley Crue every night, what was that experience like? And did you get to know Nikki Sixx and those guys? I mean, I'm sure you already know those guys, but what was this experience like for you? It was a good experience, I've known Nikki and Tommy for a long time, but I never met Mick before. And it turns out that we were mutual fans of each other's. So he actually came out to New York last month, and we cut some tracks. Really? With Johansen singing. So we might be pursuing that, could be released at the end of the year, because we got like schedule things going on all over the place. Motley's doing things, I'm doing things, but we're going to try to get it finished. How would you describe those tunes? We wrote them in the studio on the spot. That was the idea, to get spontaneity. And one of them almost has an R&B Stonesy flavor to it. Have you talked to Bowie recently or anything, any connection with him? We stay in touch, but on a casual basis, because he doesn't seem to have any plans on going out at the moment, but that could change tomorrow. Really, it's like that? It's always been like that.
A lot of people are saying
35 years it's been like that.
Okay. A lot of people are saying it's not going to come together, or he's just had it with the music business. That was the word.
He hasn't said anything one way or the other, and I don't know. I always tell everybody, if you know something I don't know, feel free to email me and tell me when we're going out.
Weren't you involved with the Young American sessions?
Yeah. Sessions were done, it wasn't done all at once. We did some of it in New York, we did some of it in Philly, we did it in between tour dates, you know what I mean? So, I don't remember a lot of it. Station to station, we did it all at one go. So that I remember. We were at Cherokee Studios, and we went in. It took us 8 weeks to make the record, and back those days, that was considered like a marathon, because people would usually make records in 3 or 4 weeks. And then people like Fleetwood Mac came along later and spent like a year making records. But at the time, 8 weeks to make a record was a really long time. But it's one of my favorite records I've ever played on.
Well, that is a classic record. During that period, I heard Glenn Hughes visited the studio a couple times during the station-to-station sessions.
A lot of people did. Iggy was coming around. Keith Moon was we rehearsed for a couple days. Keith came in.
Really?
Yeah.
And then tell me how Bowie how did he instruct you? Did he instruct you on what to play, or did he just let you have free reign?
The way that happened is he had shells of songs, and what David does is when he any bands I've ever been in with David, he's always picked people that he can rely on to come up with their own thing, which makes it real easy. So you get to bring to the table. He wants you to bring to the table what it is you do best, and his philosophy is just let the guy do what he does. That's why we always have fun doing tours, and because I don't take instruction or direction very well, so we get along fine in that area. Yeah, a lot of it was done on the spur of the moment, the arrangements and everything.
Blaring Out with Eric Blair with Earl Slick at the 2012 NAMM, signing off.
See ya.
The Blaring Out Show.